Hey everyone, welcome back to Olinsi Traveling. Today we're in Carlton, Minnesota, checking out a truck stop that drivers across the Midwest talk about all the time. And honestly, this place surprised me. When most people hear truck stop, they think fuel pumps, parking, and maybe a convenience store. But this location feels different. The moment you walk inside, you realize this isn't just a convenience store. It feels more like a grocery store mixed with a truck stop. We're talking fresh food, bakery items, hot meals, drinks, snacks, coffee, and shelves packed with products everywhere you look. Today we're going to see whether this Kwik Trip deserves the reputation many drivers give it. Because online reviews are filled with comments about clean facilities, friendly employees, and one of the best store selections in the industry. So let's take a closer look. Let's talk parking, because that's the first thing drivers care about. This location isn't one of those mega truck stops with hundreds of spaces. Reports indicate roughly 10-15 truck parking spaces depending on how the lot is being used. That means timing matters. During the daytime, finding a spot is usually easier. But later in the evening, things can get tighter. And that's especially true because this stop has become popular among truckers. One thing I do like is the concrete lot and relatively straightforward layout. Drivers can move around without feeling trapped. But if you're planning to stop overnight, arrive early. Now let's head over to the fuel island, because for a lot of drivers, this is where the first impression of a truck stop is made. And honestly, a fuel stop can tell you a lot about how well a location is run. When you pull into the fuel area, here at Kwik Trip in Carlton, one thing you notice right away is that everything feels organized. The lanes are easy to understand, visibility is good, and getting lined up at the pumps isn't difficult. That's something drivers appreciate after a long day. Nobody wants to deal with confusing layouts or tight turns when they're tired. Now this isn't one of those giant mega truck stops with endless fuel lanes and massive parking lots. It's a more compact setup. But for most drivers passing through, it gets the job done efficiently. During slower hours, you can usually pull in, fuel up, and get back on the road without much waiting. Of course, like any popular stop, there are busier periods. Morning rushes and late afternoon traffic can create short lineups, especially when multiple trucks arrive around the same time. But overall, traffic flow tends to move fairly smoothly. One thing I always pay attention to is how drivers use the fuel island. You can tell a lot about a location by watching what happens at the pumps. At a well-run stop, drivers fuel, move forward, and make room for the next truck. At poorly managed locations, lanes get blocked and everybody ends up waiting. Here, things generally seem to move at a reasonable pace. Another thing worth mentioning is fuel quality and reliability. For drivers running long routes through Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Midwest, having a dependable place to fuel is important. You don't want surprises when you're hundreds of miles from home. And that's one reason many drivers continue stopping at Kwik Trip locations. There's a level of consistency that keeps people coming back. Now let me ask you, what's more important to you, fuel price or fuel lane efficiency? Because every driver has a different answer. Some will drive miles out of their way to save a few cents per gallon. Others just want a clean, quick stop where they can fuel and keep moving. Personally, after a long day, convenience starts becoming more valuable than saving a few pennies. And honestly, that's where this location does a good job. It may not be the biggest fuel stop you'll ever see, but it feels efficient, organized, and driver-friendly. And sometimes that's exactly what you need. Because at the end of the day, a good fuel stop isn't about fancy features. It's about getting you back on the road quickly, safely, and with a little less stress before the next stretch of highway. Nighttime is where you really find out if a stop works for truckers. The fuel traffic slows down. Drivers settle in. Coffee cups come out. Curtains close. And everybody starts preparing for tomorrow's miles. One thing that stands out here is that the atmosphere remains active without feeling chaotic. You'll still hear trucks coming and going. You'll still hear refrigeration units and air brakes. but it feels manageable. And because the location is known for cleanliness and organization, the nighttime experience tends to feel more comfortable than many highway stops. Reviews consistently mention clean showers and facilities. Some drivers specifically call out the hot showers and overall cleanliness. Amenities reported at this location include showers, a driver's lounge, cat scale, laundry, repair services, and truck-related conveniences. For a Midwest truck stop, that's a pretty solid package. And honestly, clean showers can completely change your day after a long haul. The first thing you'll notice is just how packed it is. Every aisle is full. Many truck drivers online actually compare Kwik Trip more to a grocery store than a typical gas station. Several Reddit users specifically praised the availability of fresh fruit, groceries, bakery products, and prepared meals. And walking through here, you can see why. Unlike many truck stops where shelves feel repetitive, this location offers a huge variety. You can grab a quick snack, or you can actually put together a full meal. That's a big deal when you're spending days on the road, because eventually fast food gets old. Drivers appreciate having choices, and this location definitely delivers on that or a long haul. Overall, I'd say the biggest strength of this location is simple: consistency. The store is packed with products. The food selection is excellent. The facilities are generally clean. And the reviews from both travelers and truck drivers are largely positive. If you're traveling through northern Minnesota and need a stop that offers more than just fuel and parking, this one is definitely worth checking out. Have you stopped at Kwik Trip pound 571 before? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching Olinsi Traveling, stay safe, and I'll see you on the road.